everyone, it's Diane from Tattered Edges Design back. And if you're a loyal viewer, you may remember I made some Christmas tickets not too long ago, and I said there were more tickets in my future. Well, here they are. Those turned out so cool, I was anxious to make more. So I saved you all the boring prep stuff since we did that. If you want to look, the Christmas tickets video, I do explain how to make this and give credit where I first saw it. So go look at that if you want. Otherwise, you can figure it out. It's about an inch. I went an inch and an eighth by 2, and you accordion fold and you nip your divot things there with a hole punch, and then do whatever you want. I did stamp in succession numbers. I use small rubber stamps to get this sort of text stuff going on here. But I was going to decorate, and I thought you might like to come along and maybe decorate something you're working on with me. And anyway, I printed off a bunch of 98% family photos. I thought, I shrank them way down. I thought that would be kind of, obviously vintage. It'd be kind of fun. And let's see. Yeah, I don't know who she is. That's a thrift store girl, not a relative. And where are those other girls? Yeah, these girls. This was one photo and I cut it down. I know they were in a car. I know who this is. These were co-workers of hers. I don't know who they are. But otherwise, they're all my relatives. And I was going to, I've got one last one to cut down here. Before I chopped it away, I just wanted to show off the gingerbread fretwork, whatever they call it, on that house. And the spindles on the porch railing there. Isn't that cool? Unfortunately, I don't know where that is. A good guess is Illinois, but I don't know. And how about that hat? Did you ever see a hat like that? And I'm not even 100% sure who that is. I think I know. But anyway, I'm going to cut this down to fit, and I don't know if I want a circle. These examples here were cut with a 1-inch circle punch. I want to do that with this. Oh, actually, that's kind of nice. Yeah, okay. There, I can put the fretwork in my junk journal glue book or something, right? Okay. Okay, I don't think we need you anymore. So, and why I'm making these? Just because I wanted to make them. I don't have any glorioso plans. I kind of, if they turn out super great, I could scan them and put them in my Etsy shop. I don't know. I may not. Alright, here's the ethical question for you people. Since these are relatives of mine, mostly, does that give you, a funny feeling like just for me, it doesn't bother me at all to do stuff like this. But if I was really to put it in an Etsy, scenario, that you're making money off these people's photos, does that bother anybody? I'm just curious. I do feel a little weird about that. What would they think of it? Would they mind? I don't know. Would I mind? I will say, if you guys have seen, I'm just using Aleene's once again. Around Halloween, they take old photos that, I won't make a comment, but certain types of looking people, and they make them into witches and stuff like that. That kind of, I don't think I would do that. But I don't know, just for something fun like this, I don't know. Anyway, I also have, I fussy cut a bunch of pretty small, that's why I took these. It's a CD I have of vintage roses paintings. So I kind of shrank those down a little bit too. And actually, I don't know why. Are raspberries in the rose family? I don't know. There are a few raspberries there too. And then I got a few other things. Just, we'll see what we think as we go. So just like this, I was kind of thought, to put different shapes on different ones. It was kind of a more interesting idea, I thought. No, I don't like that with them. Too brown. It's kind of cool. Yeah, okay, so should I do this? I guess we'll do it more ticket by ticket. If I just lay a bunch of stuff unglued on it, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to sneeze, or a wind's going to come, or something. Which actually, it is very windy today. I don't know if you can hear it. Right at the moment, it's not. Anyway, just getting off track again. This is a little baggie I stick a lot of times when I have pages that, you know, you cut off the bottom or whatever, but they all have well, not all, but most of them have page numbers, so I save those for just such an occasion, because sometimes a little number is kind of fun. Let's see. Now I have neighbors talking outside again too, so try not to listen to their conversation, huh? Yeah, something that's not bad. Yeah, I thought too, in consequent ticket sessions, you could use colored cardstock paper, or more plain and paint. That might be kind of cool too, to get more colors. Color, but I don't know, maybe we don't want to color because they're vintage looking. Well, that's not bad, just like that. Well, let's glue these gals down. They look like the fun girls. Oh, somebody didn't know I was videoing. That's okay. I need to get what are those lights? It says, on air or recording or something, right? Alright, any of you other video crafty ladies have that problem? I've never heard much of that. You all have quieter households than I do, I guess. And yes, I do feel fortunate to have a lot of old photos, and that I know who most of them are. There's a few that's, they're not labeled, and we don't know. We know what side of the family it is, but we don't know who they are, which is really too bad. So all you people out there, write on the back of your photos the person, where it is, the date, any interesting background information, in front of Uncle Joe's 2020, Honda Civic or something. And for those of you that have old photos and maybe still have older family members around, I did that to my grandmother one day. We sat and I said, who's this, who's this, who's this? And I wrote on the back of everything. Okay, she's kind of... Something needs what? I've got some... Oh, excuse me. Must have sinus problems or allergies or something. My nose gets drippy. A baggie. Well, it's not a baggie. A storage bag. Stamps. And yes, I lucked out once a few years ago at a thrift store. They're mostly foreign, but there's some American in there. But yeah, I certainly grabbed that up when I saw it. Nah. And as you can see, I'm not one of those people that organize all their, which I think is pretty cool. That could be nice. To really organize, by color or subject or whatever, but I like that. I don't know. I'm actually generally a very organized, kind of neat freak person. But this kind of stuff, I want to get in there and make stuff. I want to make stuff. That's all I want to do. I don't want to fuss around and organize the stuff I use to make stuff. My dryer is also going. If anybody can hear that, I apologize. Yeah, she's really on the laundry today. I've got laundry hanging out. I've got laundry in the dryer. Let's see. That's nice. Okay, sold. We see that up close. Hong Kong. It's very pretty. And I will say that bag of stamps, it was not, 25 cents. I paid a few dollars for it. It was entirely worth it, but I don't want you to think, oh, she got all those stamps at the thrift store for 10 cents. No. This is so little. Do you see? I've got a square punch. You see that? And that's what it is. I think it's an inch, is it? Oh no, see, it's not. 3/4. That's why when I punched this, I don't use, obviously I don't use this too often. When I punched it, I'm like, ooh, that's awfully small. Yeah, it is. You can see she's wearing a headband. Ah. And why did I make these outline borders red? Well, mainly because a lot of real tickets do have it red. So I just went with that. To be honest, right now, seeing all this, I'm not a huge fan of it. I might have done more just like brown or black. But it does sort of make it look tickety. Now, just for the record, I did edge these with ink. Alright, mister. What do you want? I kind of went with these flowers too because I don't know what it is. It's just my opinion, of course. But I think vintage flowers, so that's kind of nice. With, I'm going to dull down this white in here that I did not cut out. Vintage looking flowers, especially roses with old sepia ancestral type photos. I just think it looks very nice. It's very pretty. You know, you could make something like this and use it as a basis of a collage or an art journal page, just strictly as decoration, or you could, you know, this is so and so, this is when she was born, blah blah blah. That could be kind of cool. I don't know what I'm going to do with mine. Like I said, I just wanted to make for the sake of making. You know, even if you wanted to be a little lazy about it, that's not even bad, just like that. It'd be a cute embellishment on a tag or something. I can get that leaf glued very well. Oh, I'm running out of glue, and I keep saying I gotta open a new one, but I haven't. I usually wait till it's completely out. Let's face it, glue's not free. Oh, I like that. Alright, what about a number or what? Buy him those. A little room for something there. Let's see. Yeah, I better use some of these pretty soon. This little baggie's getting a little stuffed. Yeah, I find that's off a package. I don't know what it means. But you know, I bet you someday, some way, I'll use it on something. And do I want to edge? well, I would say edge it, you know what I mean. Ink the edges, I guess is what I should say. And I guess yes, because that's what I'm doing. It's okay. It's not the best thing I've ever seen in my life, but it's okay. Yeah, I've got all, you know, I got the washi, I've got scrapbook paper, actually I even pulled out some green stamps. I don't know if that would do anything. It's nice. Alright, this guy. Of course, I'm putting them all to the right. Maybe I'll move him to the left just because. What about a raspberry? Well, the shape is kind of nice, but where are we on the camera? But it kind of looks like, why is there a berry by him? I don't know. I also pulled out some super delicate pressed phlox. Oh, that's kind of nice. It's sort of faded out like his picture. Yeah, this picture, this is probably the oldest picture I own. It's from 1880 something. I mean, can you believe it? You can think how old that is? I don't want to think about how old that is. But at any rate, it's quite faded because it's so old. I like that, but I think, you know, it just looks like something they need to be brought together somehow. Do we want washi or... I don't know. The washi, let's see. That I'm seeing is not that great. What about this one? Yeah, I don't. This could be a Tim Holtz. I don't really remember. It's kind of, it's okay. I would prefer it to be brown, but it's not, is it? This one is brown, but I think that's, yeah, that's going to be too much for that flower. The poor flower is going to go, can't compete with that. And I will say too, it was just trial and error. I did very well. There was really only one picture that didn't work out too well, which, here I'll show you in a minute. I was going to say to print these, to shrink them down. I don't know if everyone else's printer or computer stuff is probably different, but mine, you know, it doesn't, you can't really see. Oh, it's 2 inches by 3.5 inches. It doesn't say that. You're kind of guessing from the size of the paper and the size of the image. So, like I said, I did very well. This one, the size was okay, but just because of the photo and then everything, it just was not very sharp. So I'm not going to use that one. Like I said, I'm going to stick that in my journal because I know who she is. But yeah, I did pretty well guessing. I don't know. And I figured, well, if they're not the right size for this, I can do something else with them. I mean, they weren't destined for the garbage. And yeah, these are really tough to glue down. They're so, I don't know what I'd akin it to. They're thinner than tissue paper. It's almost like wet tissue paper. And now my neighbors are playing with kids and a dog, so I'm sorry. But they're having fun, that's okay. And if my hair's in the picture, I'm sorry about that too. Should probably Mod Podge that or something instead, but my Mod Podge is not here, and every time I use Mod Podge it gets sticky, and so there. Well, I like that, except the flower sort of obscures the washi tape that I bothered to put down. Maybe he needs a number down here. Like that, Charlie. That was Charles. I can tell that much. Although I doubt anyone called him Charlie back in the day. Actually, where's the other one? He's a Charlie too. That was a popular name back then, I guess. Well, I think it is now too. Kind of came back. Yeah, names. You know, a lot of the names when I was a kid. Well, I won't name names. We don't even know how old Diane is. But you know, names I thought were kind of like old lady names. Now they're back for girl names. I guess Diane is starting to turn into an old lady name. Oh no. And to all you Dianes out there, I apologize for that, but you can't fight time, can you? Okay, these two girls, the one with the wacky hat. What about this crazy number on it? It's not dumb. Let's see. And I'm cutting off into my garbage can again. Yeah, I can't. You know, some people cut and just leave it on their table and stuff. It seems like every time I do that, then something like this gets stuck onto something I didn't want, and so I just got in the habit of getting rid of my trash right as I make it. Speaking of that, I gotta sweep my floor under me today. Right there. Okay, I think though, do we want like a color more or something under them? I've got, yes, I got everything, don't you? No, I don't have everything. I bought a pack of mulberry paper. Oh gosh. I really, from somebody. I'm not sure if it was a scrapbook paper company online. It might have been, and to be honest, I was a little disappointed. As you can see, it's mostly white. A lot of this kind of ucky green. I haven't used too much out of it. It was not the most thrilling pack I've ever seen. Well, that's the only pack I've ever bought. But you know, you think you're going to get like a bunch of stuff like this, and I didn't. So it goes. That's kind of fun. Yeah, I just saw Shannon Green do a little tutorial on how to dye tissue paper, which looks, they almost come out looking like that. They're really pretty, but I don't, she used inks. I don't have much. I've got one vintage photo replacement ink. That's all the ink I've got. Well, I've got Black India ink. That wouldn't be too exciting. I saw a thing years ago I was always going to try, and I was in a magazine and I cut it out, and yeah, ask me where it is. It's somewhere in my house. For using food coloring to dye tissue paper. I do have that. But that could be kind of fun. And or messy, right? Okay, now that's, you know, we're concealing an awful lot. Do we want another little snippet or something up here? No. Oops, I knocked over my glue stick. Okay, would you, someone tell these people to invent some kind of glue stick that's got a weight in the bottom, so when it starts running out, it doesn't constantly fall over because all the weight's in the top. It's my gripe for today. Yeah, my one gripe for today, right. Alright, do they need a leaf or something though? Okay, that kind of goes with this one. All right. Well, at this exact moment in time, this is nice. I will trim these off when the glue is dry on the back. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it... I mean, I know there's no law or rule on how much embellishing you have to do on a faux ticket, but methinks I'm going to come back stamping or something. What? I don't have little, well, we probably don't want to overdo the numbers yet. Don't overdo the numbers. So here, I'm going to pause and look around in my stamps and see if I have anything appropriate for that. So just a minute, folks. Okay, yes, I found some. I forgot I had this. This is Prima set, I think. Don't hold me to that. It is a few years old. Oh, here's another one. And this, it did not come in this box. This is a no card box, but I saved it. But it's got some little, you know, phrases and stuff in it, which I don't think are particularly appropriate, but the size is perfect. So we're going to make them be appropriate and just maybe pick, you know, part of a word or something. I mean the phrase, part of a word. Let's see. Yeah, look, see, can you see that? It's kind of neat. What other one do we want something on? Let's see. This one here. This says note. All right, and tell me I'm a dork too. These type of stamps, they're like, they call those the foam. Is that what they call that? How are you really supposed to use them? Do they go on a block? Or let me grab one. I don't usually put them on a block, but I don't think they stick, do they? Oh, they do. All right, Diane, you are a dork. Oh no, see, it came off. And someone's gonna say, well, you can glue it on and stuff. Anyway, I don't think I'm gonna use it. But yeah, any of you stamping experts out there, tell me how you're really supposed to use these, because I don't know. No, that one did come out. That's okay though, I mean, it just looks like part of a stamp something or other. Here, let's try it on this first one. Yeah, that's better. Yes, you need a word or something. Let's just say note. We already did that. And, well, maybe I could get story on here. Oh, there goes the glue stick again. Put it like here. Oh, it got Tori. Tori? Alright, do you leave it like it's just some sort of random thing, or should I try to, you know, hand draw in this S? I think I'll try to hand draw in an S. Alright, let's watch her screw this up. Alright. One thing about rubber stamps, they're not supposed to look perfect, so I don't have to make a perfect S, but I don't want it to look, let me put on a pair of cheaters too. You're not supposed to look like you hand drew it either. That's not too bad. It's a little big, but it kind of goes with the, what do you think? I think I can get away with that. See? Alright. Well, is the glue dry on these? I can trim these. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do anything with the back, because I may end up gluing them down to some other project, so I'll worry about the backs later if I want to do them, but I don't think I do. Alright, let's see, guys. Well, here, let's edge the stuff we cut off. Okay. Yeah, I like. And why do I have 3 strips to do? Because that was the size of the paper I had to cut up. Oh yeah, I didn't say. It's white cardstock, just from Amazon. Nothing fancy. And it was, I had that, you know, about 3.5 inches left, so I made 3 strips. Okay, crude. Well, I'll give you one little history lesson. This little girl is this lady. She grew up to be her. She kind of didn't change too much, really. Let's see. That's very pretty. Maybe a leaf or something, though. A leaf, I think. Those are too big. I'll cut one off here. Can we use one of your leaves, please? You know, if you didn't watch the other tickets one, I was saying, you know, really you can decorate these in a million different ways. You can even hand draw on them. You could write on them. You could just kind of do nothing and leave it as a color. You could, you know, really stamp out ticket or something to make it look more like a real ticket. But as far as collaging, you know, you could do what I'm doing, scrapbook paper, magazines, and we get a tail here. Wrapping paper, what else? You know, all this stuff on the internet. It's kind of, yeah, I like that. Kind of endless what you could really decorate with, you know, vintage stuff like the stamps. Oh, we're still having a great time next door. And I don't think I will finish all of these on camera. I mean, after all, you people have laundry to do too, right? Diane, you're not talking. I'm out of talk. Okay, I think she needs some number or something though to kind of, yeah, we're back to a thing and they're not connecting very well. Oh, we kind of cut that a little short. And I'll save that for something else. Generally, I wrote pretty well. I'm kind of surprised at that. And my dryer is still going. Actually, if it shuts off, I think that means I've been on camera way too long. And I did not ink the edges of this one because I kind of think I want it to blend a little bit more. It's kind of nice. Alright, maybe one more and then we'll sign off for a little bit. Now this picture's pretty big for this. Alright. What about this? I don't know what this means. This is MP35. It's out of a book of shrubbery identification. So this was meaning something to do with whatever they were identifying. I don't know what it meant. It's kind of cool. What are you doing? There's a dog behind me making a funny sound. Oh, I've got glue on my fingers, can you tell? Okay. More berries. That's kind of pretty. The plants. Okay. Oh, no, not upside down, Diane. Not today at any rate. I will say this, the lady in this picture, I don't know who she is. The girls I know, but I don't know. She looks kind of old to be their mother. I don't know. Did you take pictures with your grandmother back then? I don't know. Yeah, I like that too. But I think we need a word or something here, or even, man, maybe a little strip of washi would be better. Let's see. What do we got? This is, now you're probably going, ugh. It's very contemporary, even very geometric, and there's a little foiling on it, but it's not. Okay, if it was by itself, I would do it, but I think since I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all these, and if I leave it in a strip, it's not going to go with everything else. So, okay, you were right, going, ugh. Yeah, most of my washi is not narrow. I don't think this is going to match, but let's see. No, I was right. Well, maybe a ribbon? Alright, I will goof around with that on my own and finish these off, and unless I come across something really exciting you have to see. So I'll catch up with you at the end. Okay, we're back on the air, and they're done, and I didn't do anything that sensational that you had to see and watch me do. So I'm just going to show how they turned out. This is the one we did before. And this one I started but didn't finish. I found a couple just text out of a book. I put on a couple of them. That's a real pressed fern. And the last one, I did use a green stamp on one. And another postage stamp. Another book text. That's a bingo number from a bingo paper, not a card, a paper. Just for the record, just as a point of interest, that that is a wedding. Those are sisters. I double checked it because I thought I was right, and I was. That's December 12th, 1912. 12/12/12. Kind of neat, huh? Anyway, there they are. I think they're kind of fun. Thanks for joining me. Good luck on any projects you do today, and have a nice day out there.